everyone, welcome to Dimes with Ruby. In this video, we're going to be looking at a beginner's guide to financial news, specifically the top 3 market indexes, how to read them, how to understand it, and what it means about the US market.
S&P 500 up about 0.3% as well.
Now, if you've ever seen a financial news clip like that and been like, what is going on? I want to understand what this all means. This video is for you. The S&P 500 stands for the Standards & Poor's 500 market index. And the index is basically a fancy way of saying a list. It is a list of the top 500 companies in the US market at a given point in time. This includes like the big companies that you hear all the time, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple. It is a list of all top 500 companies at a given point in time. So what they do is find the weighted average market cap of all 500 companies to give it a market value. So you might have heard in the news that the S&P 500 is beating all types of records, especially in the month of October and in the last week. So as of October 18th, the S&P 500 had a closing at $5,864.67, which was up $23.20 from its previous close, which amounts to about 0.40%. And as you can see in the graph itself, if you look at the 1-year trend, there is a massive upward trend where the purple little dots actually point out key events of the market. All right, so the second market index we're going to look at is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, often referred to as just the Dow Jones or the Dow. The Dow is pretty cool because it has a lot of history associated with it. It is actually the oldest market index in the US. It was made in the late 1800s, and it covers what we call blue chip investments, which are large, reputable, internationally recognized, financially sound companies. So some of them are like Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble, Disney, those kind of companies that really have a brand associated with them. The term blue chip investments actually come from the fact when Dow Jones was created, the blue chips in poker represented the highest value chips. And so that's kind of where that terminology comes from. So if you've heard about the Dow Jones, you've probably heard it associated with points. So if we look at the chart right here, the reason why it's associated with points is that the Dow often has numbers in the thousands, multiple thousands. So as you can see in October 18th, it was in the 43,000s. And so besides referring to change as the specific dollar amounts, the change in the Dow Jones is often referred to as points. So you might hear that, okay, the Dow has been up 30 points since yesterday, or it's dropped 50 points since yesterday. And the way they calculate this is they take a sum of all the 30 companies in the Dow Jones, and then they divide it by the Dow divisor. So it's not exactly that they just divide it by 30. The Dow divisor kind of changes every single time. And so it has kind of a complicated calculation attached to it. But I wanted to talk about this because there's a common misconception that each point in the Dow Jones refers to $1. While each point in the Dow Jones does refer to a certain dollar amount, it is not a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you're more interested in the calculation and wanting to learn more about it, I have linked a fantastic Investopedia article down below, and you can kind of take a look. They walk you through how the calculation happens and give you an example. Last but not least, we have the NASDAQ index. The NASDAQ is kind of the modern index because it represents a lot of the tech companies. NASDAQ index covers more than 2,500 different companies, mostly in the tech sector. So this is like Google, Apple, Microsoft, Intel, all of those types of companies are included in this index. So when you hear that, NASDAQ is going up, that's a good indication of the tech sector or the tech industry doing well. And same for the opposite. You hear the NASDAQ is going down, that probably means tech is not so hot right now. All right, so next time you hear the NASDAQ, the Dow, or the S&P 500 is up 2%, I really hope that this video gave you a better idea of what that means. All right, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe down below. As you could probably tell, I'm a very new channel and I'm really trying to grow. It's always been my passion and my mission to learn about personal finance and create a community where we can all learn together. So again, please subscribe down below. If you would like to see a particular video about something, please comment. I would love to have some video suggestions. All right, I'll see you next time.